Hi. Well, we finally have our license, our new license. In fact, we were first licensed 20 years ago in 2005, but last year the government withdrew the license of all agents and we had to reapply under more stringent conditions, which we've now done, and we are now fully registered and able to accept applications and process them. So the new visa is really a significant change from the ones in the past and somewhere away from the original visa that was issued back in 2002. It's also been rebranded as an economic contributor visa versus a retirement visa. And as you can see from the new rules, the focus has shifted a little bit. There's now a greater requirement for an upfront contribution of funds, both in a higher fixed deposit than was originally required under the visa when it first came out, but also in the requirement that everybody now has to buy a property. Now, our research showed that the people who relocated here with the original visa, the majority of them did buy property, but now it's mandated, and we know that that has turned off some applicants. The other requirement is that you sit on the property for 10 years, which again has upset some applicants, and they said they're not interested. But the fact is, if you actually cancel the visa, or in the event that you die during the 10 years, then of course you are free to sell it or dispose of it. So that is not quite as onerous as some people think. There are three different types of national MM2H visa: silver, gold, and platinum. Platinum one allows you to work, but it requires $1 million fixed deposit. The silver one seems to be the preferred option. That's the lowest cost one. That's $150,000 fixed deposit. And you can use half the deposit towards property. So that is a benefit. The visa we quite like, for those who are a little put off by the relatively high entry cost, is the special finance zone visa, which is only applicable currently to one particular location, and that's the Forest City development, which is by the second crossing to Singapore. It's a new development, and properties there, units start at about 650,000 ringgit for a 500 square foot apartment. But the fixed deposit requirement is quite low. It's $65,000 for those under 50. And for those over 50, it's $32,000. And as I said, you can take 50% of that out to buy property. Now, if you want to live there, there are much bigger apartments available. There's detached houses. And obviously that's attractive to some people, particularly if you want easy access to Singapore. But for those who are just looking for the entry cost visa, you can basically get your visa, pay your agent's fees, pay your fixed deposit for under $200,000. And then you're free to live anywhere in West Malaysia. So we're seeing some interest in that visa. And if you are interested in it, let us know. We can also assist with your purchase in Forest City. So the new visa is a departure from the previous ones. The fact that it includes an employment visa, albeit a rather expensive one, is certainly different. The Sabah and Sarawak visas are also undergoing some changes. Apparently, the Western federal government was keen that they make them a bit more closely aligned with West Malaysia, although in fact they still are different. We're waiting for full details of those, and we'll get back with another video once we have information on it. But at this point, we're rather more optimistic than we were when we first heard about the rules and regulations, because it does seem that there are ways to reduce the cost. But the fact is, you are required to buy property. But one of the big advantages is that you no longer have to show either a monthly income or liquid assets when you apply. Now, obviously, you're going to need a monthly income in order to sustain your life here, but there's no specific monthly requirement in terms of that, and there's no review of that when you make the application. You just have to show, after your conditional approval, that you're able to come up with the funds to meet the new conditions. So overall, Malaysia is still a very attractive destination in Asia, and we have seen a definite preference for people wanting to live here, particularly retirees. And although this is no longer specifically a retirement visa, although the special financial zone is arguably slightly more geared towards retirees in that it has better terms for older applicants, but it still accommodates retirees. So if you have the funds and you're looking for a nice place to live, then Malaysia is certainly a serious option. I'll try and get my videos out more promptly in future. If you want full details of the visa options, then please go to our website, www.mm2h.com. And of course, we have our newsletter for those people who wish to subscribe and keep absolutely up to date with the latest developments. And if you have any questions that you would like answered now, please write them in the comment section below. I'll make a special effort to read them all and respond as and when I can. So thanks for watching, and until my next video, take care, stay safe. I'll see you then. Bye.